Hi, everybody, and welcome to Unwind and Design. Today, we're going to be making a very cute winter painting. We're going to be doing some gloves. We're going to be working today with our large background brush, our square brush, our round tip brush, and our detail brush. We also have our canvas horizontally, our napkins, and our primary colors, starting off with our black, blue, white, yellow, red, and green. We don't really need green, but just to facilitate it, it's a nice fun color to have. Why not? Okay, so today we're going to be making some mittens hanging on a branch, and we're going to be starting off by not picking up our large background brush and not cleaning out all of that water. Water is very important to help our paint go nice and smooth so that it doesn't get stuck on the canvas. So we're going to start off first by picking up a little bit of this water and putting it to the corner of our white, and we're going to begin to mix that white. Mix, mix, mix. To this white, I'm going to add a little bit of blue. And I'm just going to start to make waves with that blue all the way around or across. We're going to go from one side of our canvas to the other. And you can pick up a little bit more blue to add more variety. Or you could pick up a little bit more white to also add variety. Again, we're going to pick up a little bit of water and a little bit of blue. And we're going to go ahead and paint in this background. You can get a little bit more white so we can create that variety of a dark color and a light color. I'm going to squeeze some of that white. Again, pick up more blue, water, blue, and I'm going to skip a little bit of a step. Then come back, pick up more white. Notice I'm picking up my color in the side so I don't mix all of my white into it and I don't use all of it. And I'm just going to fill that in all the way to the bottom. From here, we're going to pick up our round tip brush and we're going to get a little bit of this water. And we are going to start to pick up a little bit of this black, just a little bit. From here, we're going to start about maybe 3 fingers down from the top. And we're going to create a nice thick line. We're going to press a little harder. Notice that when you do that, your brush tends to get a little wider. So we are going to come in, push hard, go up. We're going to come down. And we're just going to relax our pressure so that we get a thin line. Okay, get a little bit more water, a little bit more of that black. And we're just going to begin to fill in those spaces. Whatever you see that's white left over. I'm also going to get some more of this black. And we're going to begin to add a lighter branch. We always start on the main space, press hard and lift up with light pressure. And that's how you get a very thin, skinny line. If you feel like wiggling it just to add character to your branch, you can do that. We're going to come down now, press again hard, and then release your pressure and wiggle it down. And we're going to do that again towards the right. Release pressure and wiggle it. And there we go. From here, we're going to wash off our brush. And we're going to pick up just a slight bit of this green. And we're going to add just a little bit of black to the corner of that green to get it slightly darker. Since we're working with our black already, why not work on getting our deep green? Okay, again, we don't want it to be too dark. We just want it to be dark enough that when we add a highlight on top of it, you'll be able to see the difference. And what we're going to do is we're just going to be going down one way and then up the other. Down, up, down, up. Press and scratch. You just press and scratch. And then the more you get used to it, the faster you'll go. And I'm going to add a little bit more to the other branches as well. One side and then the other. If you want these to be a little lighter, just get a scoop of that yellow and you could just apply it right over the top and look at those highlights just pop. How pretty that looks. I love me some yellow on my leaves. From here, we're going to begin to pick up a little bit of red. And we are going to make towards the left a nice long rectangle. Okay, this rectangle is going to be the part that goes on our wrist that's on our mittens. This part, we're going to add just a little bit of white to make it slightly pink. That's one pink mitten that we have right there. Next, we're going to come back, get a little bit more of that red. And now we're going to make a little line and we're going to come in and make a nice big section like that. And on the side, we're going to come down and we're going to do a small section. And if you notice, that right there is our mitten. Okay, I'm going to add just a little bit more white. I wanted this to be a little lighter. For some reason, it keeps getting a little bit too see-through. I might have a little bit too much water. When you have too much water in your paint, it tends to get a little bit transparent. There we go. So from here, I'm going to switch to my square brush. And I'm going to pick up this red and I'm going to start just filling in my glove. Filling in my glove with that red. So on these sections of our gloves, I'm going to get a little bit of this black, just a little bit, and I'm going to start to brush it on that side of my little glove here. So on the left side of my glove, I'm going to get more red and a little bit of that black. And that's going to start to give me a shadow. You see that? And you can always fix it. If you don't like the way it looks, you can make it a little chunkier like me. I made mine a little chunkier. And there we go. I'm just going to fill it in towards this section. Once we start getting towards the right, if you want to switch it off at all and make it just a little bit more of a contrast, you can get again some more of that white and add some white to the right instead of the left so that we have the shadow on this side and the highlight on the other. From here, we're going to wash this square brush. And I'm going to get a little bit of this black and I'm going to put it into the corner of my white. And that's going to give me a very light gray, hopefully. We don't want it to be too dark. Next on the right here, we're just going to make a little line. There we go. And then on the bottom, we're going to pull, make a little thumb. And then we're going to pull out and make a nice thick section for the hand. And you can come in and fill it in. I'm going to add a little bit more white towards the thumbs, just so they're a little bit lighter. Okay, there we go, nice and slow. And notice I'm not pushing really hard. We want to go nice and smooth to get that blended effect. Towards the right, I'm going to get a little bit of this black, not a lot. And we're going to do the same thing that we did on the other glove. And we're going to add a little bit of a shadow towards the right of it. And we're just going to keep filling this in with that white. Once we're done with that, we're going to get our detail brush. And we're going to get a little bit of that gray with a little bit of black with our detail brush. And we're going to make 2 little bunny ears. And we're going to make it look as if our mitten is hanging on the tree. With that same detail brush, we're going to get the white and we're going to start adding some white lines on the top of the mittens. On the bottom of the mittens, we're going to be making designs, making V's, one side, other side, one side, other side, almost like we're making hearts all the way across. If you don't like this design and you want to change it and make it your own, go for it. I would love to see what you guys come up with. If you run out of paint, come back and pick up a little bit more. And we're just going to do that all the way across. Same thing over here. We're going to come in with a little bit of white inside of that red. We're going to add red into the white to make a lighter pink. We're going to also start to add some lines on the top of our mints. Towards the bottom, we can add all kinds of designs like dots, squiggles, straight lines, maybe even zigzags. Play with the designs that you want to add on yours. You can do all sorts of things. You can also get some more of that pink, red, and white, and also do the ribbon. We're going to do a little bow, and then we can just put it over the back and the front, making it look as if it's tied. And we got some loose ribbons flowing around. From there, we're going to add some white polka dots all over the background. Make it look like we have some stars. You can also come in and add some of that white to the top of our branch and make it look like it's snowing. Like we got a little bit of that snow on top of all of this section. Like if it landed right on top of our trees. And we're going to add these highlights all the way around. To make our stars, as you saw right now, we're going to go ahead and make little suns. From the center, we just start to pull out like a clock. going all the way around. Isn't that beautiful? And you can go ahead and add a ton of these dots anywhere you'd like. And again, play with the sizes. Some are bigger, some are smaller. You could even add a couple of swirls too to the background, just to make it look a little bit more magical. And your swirls don't have to look perfect. We're just here enjoying ourselves, adding stars everywhere and snow. Next, you want to get a little extra. You can get some more of that white. And what we can do is we can come in and make a candy cane. Make it look like this little mitten is stuffed with candy inside. Here's one tiny little one over here. We can have another one maybe coming out slightly. And we want to go ahead and fill that in with some of that white. I added too much white over here, so I'm going to scoop some of that white out to complete the one on the right. Okay, to complete this little candy cane. From there, I'm going to get a little bit of this red, and I'm just going to scratch that all the way around. Again, making it look like a candy cane. There we go. Same thing on the other side. Going around, hugging the candy cane. There you go. Next, we're going to get some more of this green. And I'm going to get a little bit of the black with the green, still using my detail brush for this. And we're going to add two lines, one line there, one line down. And I'm going to do the same thing over here. I'm going to add one line there. I'm going to add another one down like that. And what we're going to do is make two triangles on each side. See that? Then we're going to come in, paint them in, and we're going to start to shape them. Let's start to curve this, and then let's make a point. And let's do the same to the other side. Two triangles, make a point in the corner, then fill them in. Nice and dark. I like to start off with my dark color. Fill them all in with that dark color first. Makes it a little easier for you to come in with the highlight after. It adds a good base color and a base coat so that when you add the high color, it really just pops. So I'm going to come in with some of that yellow. And like I was telling you guys, I'm just going to scrape that on top, making sure that my yellow really just kind of pops. Look at how pretty that looks. Isn't that real nice right there? We're going to come in and fill that in. If you want to add a little bit more highlight to your leaves, maybe some of that highlight kind of got numbed down a little bit by it trying. It's okay, it happens. You can come back with a little bit more of that red. And we're going to paint in that candy cane. And then the final step is going to be for us to get our detail brush, pick up our block, and start making some outlines. And the outlines don't have to be intense. They could be a little bit on the rough end, just to show that, you know, we have some lines, kind of keeping this in place. These lines are kind of fun. They give some movement to your painting. You can also add a little bit more of that white just around to make it look like your gloves are sort of vibrating. Gives it a little bit more personality also. All right. And there you go. To the pink, I'm also just going to make it a little bit more vibrant here. It doesn't seem to be standing out. So I'm going to make it stand out. There we go. And then last but not least, get your detail brush. Pick up a little bit of whatever color you want. I'm going to pick up a little bit of blue and red. And I'm going to make this purple. And with this purple, I'm going to come down to the bottom. And I'm going to come in and sign my name. And there you go. After this, everybody knows that I'm the artist that made this. Just like everybody will know that you're the artist that made yours. Thank you guys so much for painting with me today. I hope you enjoyed this painting as much as I did, and I look forward to painting with you guys next time. Bye.